when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They should take it to 10. Hey.
Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Oakland Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On first down, Locke. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
And all eyes will be on Antonio Brown on the outside, now wearing a uniform other than Pittsburgh's. donning the black and silver of Oakland. How will he mesh with his new head coach, John Gruden, his new quarterback, Derek Carr? Let's see how things go.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Mario Addison in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was Matthias Farley to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, 734. 41 Mike, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. His pass caught at the 4. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Let's go.
So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Luck. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off of play action. Luck. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
We got this.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Check out. 390. Right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
From the red zone now, Locke. Ebron's got it. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron. 8 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Ravens have opened it up a bit, leading by a couple of scores. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's being a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Ready?
Hey, Delta.
Mike, 56. Mike, 56.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Now Carr. Gates has it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
53. Check 53.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake. Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing now is Carr. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Colts come after it, and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And they will wind up with a football just outside of the red zone at the 21. Now, so much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
And however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. On 2nd down, it's Ware. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw is Love. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And there's been a Terry now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. On first down, it's Jacobs. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Carr now to throw. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. And that's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now. Richard, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full straight. 56 is the mic.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Gates, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Love. Caught left side by Funchess. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Luck throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Mack. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over, trying to erase the memory of last week when they dropped one to the Minnesota Vikings. They're in the driver's seat right now with the lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Luck. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Whoa, shifty. Whoa. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. To throw his Carr. Finds his target. It's Gates. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the 1st, but instead it's 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. There's a short little toss to Carrier. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Carr going to go on 4th down. There's a short little toss to Carrier. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Carr. On the crossing route, complete. That's Brown. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Carr keeps it on the sneak. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there for Indy. 65 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing his line. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as his guys are able to regain the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr. He's got it to Williams. Still going. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On play action, now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Gates, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down. Luck now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cleveland Farrell in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Now Carr. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On second down, it's Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Crunch.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it with Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jacobs now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. the handoff. This is Jacobs. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end. But what a game all the way through.
So for Oakland, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.